Okay, in this video I'm going to go ahead and show you some tips about how to fry fish. And in this situation I'm doing a very crispy crust fish, and we have some fresh caught on sale tilapia. One little mix that I like to use is half flour and half cornmeal. I have a mix of some malto here that I'm going to use, and this is actually a ground wheat meal, so it's quite similar. It's the same. It's going to be the same texture, maybe a little bit finer than cornmeal, but that's going to give me my same texture that I'm looking for, and a nice fluffy, and it's going to crisp up very nice, and it'll brown very nice. So I just have my half flour in there and half wheat meal. And I'm going to add some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. And probably going to do about, with fish seasoning you can go a little bit heavy. That's about a full 2 tablespoons there. And that's going to season my batter just nice. And I've gone ahead and started preheating my grease here with my deep fryer. I have a little monitor to keep watch on the temperature. Right now the temperature is perfect. It's right at 377. It should be right around 375. So I'm just going to go ahead, and it's going to drop once I drop this fish in here. And that's what I want to do. I'm just going to mix up my batter there real quick. And I just let some of the heat out of that deep fryer just to make sure that it doesn't get too hot and start burning the grease. So on this little deep fryer, actually I got this at Aldi's. It's interesting. It's a nice little deep fryer. It's a Crofton brand, and it's worked fairly nice for what I've been using it for. Little small batches of fries here and there, little things like that. Don't fry too much, but you know, it works for what I want to. And you can just drop it right in your basket there. Probably going to put 2 there. 2 should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and drop that, and then I'm going to drop a second piece of fish in there, just so they won't stick together. I'll give it just a second there, and you can see I'm coating this, and this is actually a wet fish, so it's coating very lightly. Now I can go ahead and drop my other one in there. And it's already, the grease is already, the temperature is already starting to drop. It's right down to 360 right now, so I can keep an eye on the temperature. Go ahead and close that. I'm going to give it about 3 or 4 minutes here. So this is still working off, and I'm just going to give you a couple of little tips. Here's a little half gallon of milk. I got a little milk there. It's skim milk. I'm soaking the rest of that fish in milk, and I'm going to put it right into the batter. That's going to give me a thicker crust and a thicker crunchy batter after I dip it in there and then put it directly into the grease. One other option you can use as buttermilk pancake mix. That will give you a nice fluffy crust, just similar to Long John Silver's. It will give you a nice crust just like that. It'll be very soft. That's just one little option, and you can add a little bit of beer with that and make it into a nice beer batter fish. One little tip is, if you're using a thermometer, it will actually tell you when your fish is going to start getting done, because the temperature, you'll see it start rising. It's dropped down to 356 right now from 377. So at one point that temperature is going to start to rise. That means that the fish is not cooling down the grease anymore, and that it's actually cooked through. It only takes about 3 or 4 minutes for a fish to fry, but you can fry it to your doneness, to your liking. So I can see that it's still light brown. It's not going to be much longer. Getting my next batch ready here, and I took it straight out of the milk, put it right into my batter there, and you see how that coating is just a little bit thicker. Now if I want it thicker than that, I'll put it right back into the milk, wet that again, and in the food service industry, that's what we call double coating. And it's going to give a nice thicker coat. Now my fish is done, and I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the grease. I'm going to put it directly into a little soft paper towel lined, there we go, little soft paper towel lined bowl that I have here, and that's going to let those drain. That's a nice golden brown, it's crispy, and I'm just going to give that a little bit more time. So my grease right now is just about 363, and I'm going to let it heat up as I work on the rest of this next batch. And this is just critical. This is critical. Don't go and put fish right into your grease as soon as you take out another batch. It's going to drop it too quickly, and then you're not going to be cooking as efficiently, or you're going to be cooking undercooking your meat. So you don't want to do that. That's why it's very critical to use a thermometer so you're able to manage that. Okay, so my meter is telling me that, my thermometer is telling me that my temperature is right now. I'm going to go ahead and drop my next batch. And this is a thicker coating, as you can see. So I just drop that. And the temperature is going to drop pretty quickly. I'll wait about 10 seconds and then drop another one. The temperature now is 379, so it heated up pretty quickly, as you can tell. And I'm going to give it a few minutes, and it's already dropping. It's down, and see, it stopped beeping, so that's telling me that my temperature is down under where I want it to be. And that's just to tell you that your grease can drop, the temperature can drop pretty significantly once, especially in small amounts of grease. So, okay, and now our fish is done, and I just want to show the difference of the two different batters. This is a batter that was not dipped in milk. It's just a single, just coating of the breading itself, and then put directly into the grease. This is a dipped in milk, and then dipped into the batter, and then into the grease. Now, I also have one that was double dipped, and it's a thicker coating than the others. So just showing you the texture of this. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is just delicious. That is very tender, very done in the inside, very white meat, very moist, and you know, I'm not going to spend too much time. That is just delicious. Okay, so for this recipe of Country Den's fried fish, fried tilapia, you can apply this to catfish, any fish that you see so fit, including bluegill. So that's just our recipe. Check our recipes out on Country Den. It's on Facebook. You can check us out on YouTube now. So really just trying to take this a little bit forward. All right, thanks. Till next recipe. Later.